Good evening, everybody. I'm going to kind of talk quiet because it's like 12:30 in the morning. I'm sitting here crocheting, watching a movie, and I thought maybe somebody else is up and they'd like to see me talking. And I'm a mess. My hair, I got bed hair, and sitting here, I was rocking and watching some movies on TV, and I got hooked on what is that show? Oh, The Outlander. And I started with season 1. Well, I didn't realize it's got like 57 episodes or whatever, and I'm on like 5 or 6, something like that. It really does take a lot of your time. But it's good when you're crocheting, but it's in the living room on demand. And here I just have regular TV, but I can hook up my cable to my laptop and watch Amazon and Netflix movies if I want to. But I couldn't do this if I was doing that. The only thing new is I did finish. Wait a minute. Let me get it. Oh no, what did I do with it? Oh, I put it away. But I finished the scarf, but I've got to get more yarn because I'm adding a hood to it and the pockets. So I just got the scarf made. Now I got to add the pockets and the hood. And I also started the pattern for this is for, I don't know if you can see that very well. Here, there you go. It's a cable stitch that I got off of, there we go, Anna Design Creations. And I'm still having trouble understanding her. And and each one of these cables, she kept saying there were 7, but there's only 6. And you not cast on, but you chain 50. And I kept counting them. And then I went and read all the comments, and everybody said the same thing. She says, I cast on 5, and everybody was trying to figure out what they did wrong. And they didn't do anything wrong. She just said 7 instead of 6. But the measurements were right. So I really need larger than the 14 inches for the cable. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a border around it because it's going to be one continuous long rectangle piece and set the pillow in and then, crochet it together. So my hand was getting kind of hot, even though it's like 48 degrees here in Florida tonight. I just looked at the weather. I have these nights where I'm not very good at going to bed at a regular time. I sort of just go to bed when I feel like it. And I get up when I feel like it. And then I take a nap. Oh, I tell you, it's awful to be like this. I just do what I feel like. But tomorrow is pick up grocery day, and I have to go and get Walgreen day, and it's my day out for the month. Oh, and I do have to go by Hobby Lobby. I have to get some more yarn for this scarf. And then I don't know if any of y'all have any comments to make, but I got this roving yarn. I don't know a lot about roving yarn, but I was wondering what in the hell am I going to make with it? I have some ideas, but gosh, I don't know. Is it some kind of special yarn that does crazy things? I don't know. It's not 100% wool. It's acrylic. It's got a little bit of wool in it, so I'll have to make something to go up north. Nobody down here would wear it. It's too warm. Even at 50 degrees, it's too warm to wear something that bulky, anything bulky like that. So that's mostly what I've done today. Nothing. No, I did some boxing up. I've got, I finished that scarf and the headband, and I got that boxed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 5 boxes that need to go out this week. So, God, it's just so expensive to ship stuff. But I go, what the hey? it makes somebody happy, might as well go ahead and do it, So we'll see what happens. So nothing really new around the old homestead. Nothing. Is anything exciting happening? No. Didn't even get any mail today. So you know how exciting that is, right? But my neighbor across the hall, she's fallen in love on the phone. It's a guy. It was a guy from North Carolina that she went to school with. So they've been talking on the phone and having a relationship on the phone. So she's real excited. I'm glad she's excited because I just don't want to go through that ever again. But so I'm excited for her. I told her she's young. She's like 60. I told her to go for it. I mean, you don't know. It's like life. If you don't go for it, if you don't take a chance, you'll never know whether something's going to work out or not. Because my motto is, now you probably won't appreciate this, but my motto is, if you never expect anything, you'll never be disappointed. Because as I was, not growing up, but as I got older, I started to expect things from people and so on and so forth. And then I'd get disappointed, and it just really got me down. It's very depressing to, especially people that are close to you, really close to you. So I don't bother. I don't expect anything from anybody. I just, just have to take care of myself and Rosie, my cat. I mean, she's my baby, and I'm getting real attached to her now, and I just hate to think about losing her. But hopefully we'll be around together. But I've got all my other cats in the drawer over here. Oh my God. Their remains anyway, in a little pretty box with a little rose on the top. So they go with me. When I'm dumped in the Gulf, they can go with me. They'll have a good time. We'll float around the water together. But yeah, it's just us. I'm watching this stupid movie. These Lifetime movies. I don't know. I should go back in the other room and watch Outlander, but I thought I'd talk to you guys, see what was going on. See what you got planned for the rest of the week. I want to get going on this pillow pretty well so that I can stop it and start something else. I've already ripped it out 3 times because it's you're going behind stitches and the cable stitch, it intertwines like a braid, and I messed up a couple of times, but I kept looking at it and I said, well, this is going this way, that should go. Well, anyway, I ripped it out and said, to heck with it, I'll redo it. But nothing exciting going on, just taking one day at a time. Still haven't washed my pots and pans. They're still sitting in there. I swear I hate doing it. Oh, geez. It's hard when I have to sit in in that computer chair, because if I stand too long, then my knee goes out on me, and then I don't want to, I swear I don't want to get the knee replaced. I had one replaced almost 10 years ago, and I just don't want to go through that again. Plus, at my age, they'd probably stick me in some old rehab place with a bunch of, older people like me. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So I have to work something else out. Oh, Lord. But sometimes I sit here and I don't have that much yarn, kind of buy it. But, I got those mystery bags, which that helped out a lot because that was the burgundy that I used for that first, band and scarf for my niece. So I still have some of that left, and I've got that roving yarn, and then I've got this pretty beige that I might do something exciting with. And this one is the Red Heart variegated, and it's blue, and then it goes into the lighter blue, and then white kind of stuff. Where is that? Here it is. The ombre. I couldn't think of the name of it. But this is the Scuba. Scuba Dooba. Scooby Doo. Yeah, that's what that is. The little super saver. But then she picked it out. My neighbor picked it out. And this is what she wanted for her pillow. So I figured it's a lot of yarn. But hope it turns out nice. I think it will. I'll show it to you when it's finished. Whether it's good or bad, I'll show it to you anyway. But I just want to say good night. Not good night, goodbye, good night, but just good night. Things have been kind of quiet. I watched a lot of the 10 things, non-yarn related things today. I swear. It's in life you think that you're the only ones going through this and, all that stuff. Well, I don't believe that anymore. And I think the older you get, you don't believe it. But there are other people that are going through the same thing that you are. And to listen to some of the experiences and the things that people have gone through and the good stuff too. I mean, some people have done so much. In my 20s and 30s, I did a lot of traveling. I did things, and I felt like that I had to do it then because I might not be able to feel like doing it when I got older. I just always knew that. And so my advice to young people, if there's something you want to do, for God's sake, do it. If it takes money, borrow it, pay it off, but do it. It's very important that you experience life to the best. I mean, working, coming home, doing the laundry, doing this and that. And you say, oh, next year the kids and I will go do this and that. Do it now. Go pan for gold in North Carolina. Go to Yellowstone Park. Go to Grand Canyon. Listen, the best trip, there are several really good trips that I took. I've been on 8 cruises, and they were all fun. Almost all. No, they were all fun. Then one of the better trips that I did is a friend of mine and we flew to Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. We rented a car, and then we drove up to Sonoma. Is it Sonoma? Yeah, Sonoma. Is that the name of it? Sonoma. Yeah, Sonoma in Arizona. Beautiful place. Just gorgeous. Found out that Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz had a house there. And we stayed at, not about friends, a friend had recommended a bed and breakfast that they had stayed in, and it was nice. It was very, very nice. We had our own private quarters and everything, our own private bath. It was almost like it was like a little separate area of the house that was closed off from everybody else, but it was really nice. And then I think we spent like 3 or 4 days there. And we drove from there. We went up to the Grand Canyon. That's breathtaking. I mean, I took a lot of pictures, but boy, I'll tell you, you have to actually be there to see the beauty, the colors. We went there and saw the sunset, and that was, you could just see the colors turn from orange and purple and red and green. I mean, it was just beautiful, beautiful. No, we didn't get on a donkey and go down into the bottom, which is like 2 miles down. We didn't do that. But what we did do, and let me tell you, I've never been so scared in all my life. We got on a helicopter and we took the trip into the Grand Canyon on that helicopter. And what I didn't realize until we sat in it, it was all glass. Honey, my knees were knocking. You could hear them knock. My teeth were chattering. I've never been so scared in all my life. I don't mind big planes, but you put me in something like a helicopter. And it was just my friend Karen and I. And then it was a group, a man and a woman and another man, 2 men. So it was like 3 other people besides us. And they were German. So they're speaking a language and my teeth are chattering. And Karen couldn't converse with them because she didn't know German. So we had, it was quite an experience. I mean, when I got off that helicopter, I thought I was going to sink to the ground. I had never had my knees and my teeth chatter so much as that was. We didn't spend the night there, though, that we drove all the way back to Sedona and spent the night there and went to a nice restaurant and had dinner. We couldn't eat there because it was just so crap. I mean, you couldn't get a restaurant. You couldn't get in to a restaurant. So we went back to Sedona and ate at a nice restaurant outside and went back and I slept. And the next morning, maybe it was the day before, we went to, there's a church that's built right in the rocks. And it's just a little church, a little chapel there. And we went to see that. It's built right in between 2 rocks. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And it was commissioned by, I think, I want to say a Norwegian had it commissioned and built there. But that was really neat. But anyway, the day after the helicopter trip, I slept in. I mean, I was wiped out. I said my nerves were shot. And I was young then. I was, I don't know, 30s or 40s. I don't know. But my nerves were shot. So I stayed in bed, and Karen had taken a ride out and did the sunset thing. A beautiful part that the owners of the B&B recommend that we do. Well, she did that, and I stayed in and slept. But the first day that we were there, we took the pink Jeep trip. And I'm telling you, that was another little hair raiser, I'll tell you. It's open. The Jeep is open. And they take you up on these red rocks. There's no paths or anything. I mean, you're just skidding around on the rocks and stuff. But it was beautiful. I mean, you could just put your finger and put a mark in that red rock. And they ask you, not to disturb it or anything. But we did. We had a good time. The guy was fun, and we joked around with him, and we laughed and yelled and screamed and took pictures and just had a really good time. And he told us a little story about what movies were made in that area and all that good stuff. So that was exciting. So then we get back in the car and we drive down to Las Vegas. My brother lived there. So we went and we stayed at the MGM. Is that the name of it? Yeah, MGM. We stayed there. And, of course, I love to gamble, so I had a pretty good time again. But anyway, this is the good story here. My brother got us tickets, VIP tickets, to go and see, what was Willie Nelson. It was a good show, but every one of his songs had the same. And we kind of sat in in the back of the room, but it's the back, but it was the front. If you get my gist, there were things behind us, but it was kind of it was okay. It was okay, but I asked Karen if she'd like to go see Wayne Newton. Okay, so Wayne Newton, was my age, not her age, because she was younger than I am. But anyway, we got tickets to see Wayne Newton. And the tickets that we got, they had chairs around the stage. And that's where we sat. And so it just so happened 60 Minutes was there filming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 60 Minutes was there filming. And so we were kind of excited. Then we hear a lady came, and a real pretty blonde lady came and sat next to this lady that was sitting next to us. And she introduced herself, and she says, I'm Wayne Newton's mother-in-law. And the blonde was his wife. I think this was his second wife. Or third, I don't know. But anyway, it was his wife. So he does all his little routine stuff. In the meantime, he's down and he's talking and chit-chatting, and he began to tell us, that he was born in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Well, we lived in Virginia at the time. So Karen is an attorney, but yet she lets her hair down when we were out. And she said, oh, we're from Virginia, yay, 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 and all this good stuff. Well, he comes over and kind of starts talking to us. And, of course, it just so happened we got on camera. Now, I still have that tape of the show of 60 Minutes when we were caught on camera. More Karen than I, because she was the one that was talking the most to him. But we did, he gave, he still probably does. I think he's still out there. But if you ever go out there, you have to see him. He just gave the best show. We just had the best time. But we had learned a little bit about him from my brother. My brother was into marble, or he worked for a marble company, or he was a consultant for a marble company. And he would get jobs, and he would go and do all the layouts and how things were done, what would be needed, and all that good stuff. Well, he did that at Wayne Newton's house. And it was during the period when I think he was going through a lot of, he had a lot of financial problems, Wayne Newton, that is. And I think that my brother was telling me that there was something that he had done on the front. As you go around his property, you see he had horses. And he had some kind of marble horse or something like that. And my brother was telling me that that was under litigation, that he hadn't paid his bills and stuff. So, but it was a good show, and we got to know a little bit about him before, we went to see his show. And it was kind of exciting. I thought it was a lot of fun. And then I went to Las Vegas twice. And I love going to the shows. They're a lot of fun. But the first trip that I went on, I had I had saved like $1,000 to play the tables with. And at one time I had doubled my money, but then I went the next day and I spent it. But I did come home with a few $100. I did. I saved some of it. Not much, but I did save some of it. So then we left, then we turned in the car in Las Vegas. Now we stayed there, I think, 3 days. Then we turned in the car and we flew back to D.C. From Las Vegas. But it was a great trip. I mean, it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. But you have to go. If you ever can go to Las Vegas, you should go. I mean, cheap prices. You guys, it's cheap prices out there. You can get some good deals. And the shows aren't that expensive. Really, they're not. You can get package deals. They love to have people have a few bucks to gamble. So especially go to one that has a lot of shows and stuff that we went to see a comedian one night, but he wasn't very funny, I didn't think. Oh, that was with Karen. That's right. That was the other Karen. I went the second time. And that time I went with Karen. We went to a show with David. What's his name? David. Oh, God. You know. No, I can't think of his name. I'll tell you that story another time. It wasn't that exciting, but it was a good show. It was just a good show. But anyway, that was something. Well, I'm going to let you go. I guess I should probably start working on my thing here, or think about taking a sleeping pill and go to sleep for a little while. I'm not good in the mornings. I'm not. It doesn't matter whether I sleep or not. I just don't do mornings. The other night I slept a long time, but I just, about 7 hours, but I just couldn't, in the mornings I just drag myself around. So I'll let you guys go, and I will check in with you guys later after I've had an exciting day. But sleep well. Keep crocheting. And thank you all. Hey, you won't believe this. I've got 40 subscribers. Listen to this. 40 subscribers. Isn't that wonderful? I feel like I'm in a little community, and it's so wonderful to be able to share and to talk to some people. Because today, I did talk to my neighbor, but I could go for days and not talk to anybody. Shoot, I even called my sister-in-law tonight that I was going to ask her a question, and she said, well, can I call you back in a little while? I said, sure. Well, hell, I haven't heard from her. That's how exciting it is to talk to me. But anyway, she'll call me. I'll talk to her tomorrow. But, my brother called me on Sunday, and we had the best talk that we've had in a long time. He is running down our family trees on both sides, my father's side and my mother's side. And he's getting a lot further along in time with my father's side. And that's another story. And if I go into it, I'll keep you all night. So I'm going to say goodnight. You guys be good. I love all of you. Hang in there and sleep well. Bye.